Hello, folks. It has been a day of creativity and interestingness. Let's go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a circle, and it's maybe a plug, a US plug, right? My audience is international. Yeah. Let's go nested template. And we've got a border happening, border, solid, let's call it 30 pixels. And then this orange color, right? We are shaping, what are we shaping? We are shaping the body tag using margins. This won't work in Firefox, at least not, it won't work well. You would have to set a height on the body to see it. The back end will accept it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42. That looks pretty good for the top and bottom, right? We're looking for alignment with the border, and I think 30 pixels is correct. So we need more margins on the sides. 7, 8, 9, 92. So see how that's a nice setup there. So let's now do border radius. So we want to make it a circle. Border radius of 50%. And what gets us that? You can do different values, right? Like there's 10 pixels, 30, 40, 50, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 pixels does it. Okay, so it's 100 pixels does it. But I believe also a number like 1 inch could do it. Oh, almost. But really, for a circle, 50% is the absolute canonical way to do that, right? To create a circle. All right, now this inner part. I like very much a conic gradient. I have stated before, and I will continue to say that conic gradient is my favorite. Do you have a favorite kind of gradient? You don't have to, but I do. And then this is not pure white, so we can't shorten it. It's FEF7F5. It's close, but not close enough to all Fs, right? So, which would be 255, 255, 255. Lots of ways to represent that number. It's a hex number. The F is the F. Fs represent 64, 60. I can't remember now. No, F is 16. Ha ha ha. F is 16. So in hex, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. So that's how you get F. So each F represents 16, and it's all in a different, okay, I'm talking too much. 75%, and then do the blue. Or actually, we can do transparent, I think. Yeah, transparent, 0. So that's what you get if you just do that. And then I'm going to add no repeat for my sanity. And then I'm going to put it in a position. And we'll start at 0, 0. And then we'll give it a height and width. 100 pixels. Actually, we'll do smaller. 50 pixels, 50 pixels. There it is. Now, I want to move it over 50 pixels. Too far over, right? What we're trying to do is do the negative spaces here. So we need to do this narrow guy and the rest of that. So ideally, this fits somewhere in here. So let's do that. We're too far over. 40, 30. Nope. Let's get that number right. 30, 20. 20 is correct. Let's go down. 10, 20, 30, 40. That looks correct. We're not wide enough, right? So right now we've got that. So let's make it a little wider. 100. Too wide. How about 90? Also too wide. 80. There it is. So that's what we have now. So again, this is that conic gradient, and with the no repeat, you can see what that is. It's the center is dead center, and it's a conic gradient with a certain size. This is by 80 by 50. So let's make it taller. And 100. Now we can't actually see precisely what will work But by setting an at value at 10 pixels, 20 pixels, let's say 40 pixels. So there's the start of it. I think 20 pixels is the right width, or 20 pixels is the right X value for the center that we want to create this pattern, but we're too high. So let's try 60, and that looks good. Now we let it repeat. Plunk. Oh, and it looks good. It's possible we don't need a height. Yes, we don't need a height. And do we need this 40 pixels? Yes, we do. Is there another way to represent that number? Because we have a height of 100%, I don't think so. If we were forced to do it, like any number that's more, so if I do 1 inch, like that will also work. 5 inches, it also works because of the way this repeat goes. Because the operative thing is we're not seeing it repeat on the y-axis, so we don't have to see it at all. So we can use 100% for that. Now, if I remove the border radius, do we see it? We do not. Not for this, but if I set a height, so there it is, right? So you can now see that. But yeah, but we don't need it. Again, I'm just kind of showing you why we don't see that second number for the border size, but we have an implicit 100%. Implicit means like default. All right, I think that's it. Are there other changes we want to make? I'm not sure there are. And obviously, I'm going to copy this. So minify, unit replace, and submit. I feel pretty confident about the solution, which is why I'm not bothering to submit before I do the minification step. So yeah, that's a nice 688. Okay, so if I were to do this using the blank template and go clump, and put the blue on the background, and then move this margin here, and go 5, 6, nope, 50 is perfect, and then a little more on the side, 90, and then a little more height, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and then 92 on the sides, and that's the same thing. We do have to set a height, and we're still doing that border. We don't have to do it as a border. We could do it as a radial gradient. The radial gradient seems like it's going to be more characters than this border, and so, but also we wouldn't need the border radius probably. Is that true? So if we let's minify and unit replace, and then let's see. Let's just really prove it to ourselves that that's what we would need to do. Because, well, and strictly speaking, so yeah, let's just steal the conic gradient. We got the conic gradient, and then we're going to start with the nested template, but we're not even going to do the nested template. We're going to just start with this conic gradient. And right now we don't see anything. Why? Let's just put body on there. Body, background. Oh, I have some syntax error, I think. Here's why we can't see it. The reason we can't see it is because, well, I'll show you. Because it was too subtle. So this is very hard to see, and even when the diff, you can't really see it because we were letting this color see through. Okay. So now we got that. So let's move that around. 10 pixels, 0. So let's make that a negative number. No, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then down. Make it 140, 120. Okay. So now we have that. Now we want a radial gradient, And we want a circle, so we need that keyword circle or 1Q to define that size. There are other numbers we could put there to force it, hey, be a circle, but that's the one we're going to choose. We want transparent to show through, and then it's, it's like 50 pixels, and then it's orange. 0, 60 pixels, and then it's this dark blue. And we probably don't even need, we don't need that. Okay, so let's make it make these numbers different. Let's go 60, 80, 100, 70, and look at that. So there, we got rid of our 50%, we got rid of our border, and now we have 2 gradients doing all the work, which is nice. Let's minify that. We've got these app values. We do need a width, and 5PC does it. Let's do minify and unit replace. We'll even do that thing of removing the last brace. And I think that's going to be a final. I think that's, I like that. Funny, it didn't occur to me to do just 2 gradients. I'm so used to doing a figure and constraining the body that a pure background solution, 2 gradients, didn't occur to me immediately. For a long time, every puzzle that I looked at was how many gradients. I want to do it all gradients, and that's good practice. But I've lost touch with that because I'm like, well, what about a border? What about a inset box shadow? What about? Sometimes the best solutions are the simplest, and that is certainly a nice one. I've done all the unit replacing that I could possibly do. I think that's it. We're going into the weekend here. Hope you're feeling well. Hope you're doing good. Go make a web page. Have some fun with it. It's super fun. Yesterday's video was pretty long. Wasn't happy with any of the solutions till I got to that the multiple paragraph tag solution, and that was very satisfying, and I got a nice comment from one of you on that, and I do appreciate that. I try to make this fun for me. Sometimes I just heads down, let's solve it, but I would like it to feel like it feels good. Developers talk about this idea of code smell. If you go searching on the internet and look for the word code smell, or the term code smell, you think like, that code is just not quite right. And there's the positive aspect of that too. Sometimes solutions will feel right after you've made them. And this is no AI, this is no lookup, this is not Stack Overflow. Like, this is the code that you write, and you will feel good about it. And what feels good to you might not feel good to me, and vice versa. So I try to write code that gives me joy, that solves the problem that I'm trying to solve. For Code Golf, it's, hey, have you made the figure? Looking at this, I can think of more ways to make this, right? Multiple paragraph tags, let's say. Anyway, too much blather from me. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves, and see you later. Bye.